We've seen the term mask diplomacy popping up, which implies that China's been trying to gain politically by exporting masks, and now the quality is drawn into question. Let me first explain what is considered a good mask. Now, a number of criteria are used to determine the quality of a mask. Now, the first is the bacterial filtration efficiency, or BFE. This tells you how well the mask filters out bacteria. And to be called a medical or surgical mask, a minimum 95% of filtration rate is required. And according to the U.S. standard, moderate and high protection masks must have a rate above 98%. And there's particulate filtration efficiency, or PFE, which measures how well a mask filters particles. In the same way, viruses will be filtered. Now, the higher the percentage, the more effective the mask is. Other criteria include fluid resistance, which really is about measures the ability to minimize the transfer of fluids within masks, as well as breathability and flammability. Now, based on these, masks are divided into different protection standards. Some are for protection in a daily life setting, while others are designated for medical environments. Now, in the Netherlands case, its health ministry recently claimed that the masks from a Chinese manufacturer did not meet quality control standards. And the government has sent them to hospitals and then had to recall 500,000. But an initial investigation by the Chinese Ministry of Commerce revealed that the masks were not intended to use for medical purpose, as it is clearly labeled on the label before shipment. And just as the U.S. is facing shortages of N95 masks, the Chinese alternative, KN95, were initially blocked for not gaining the approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, although they did give permission to products from other countries like Australia, Japan, and Mexico. On Friday, the agency finally allowed the Chinese KN95, admitting they are almost identical in performance to N95, despite slight differences in specifications. So as you can see, quality is one thing, standard is another. Just because each country has its own requirements on masks, it does not mean Chinese products are defective. On Thursday, a Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson urged the foreign users to carefully examine categories and instructions of their purchases. She calls the speculation of quality problems, quote, not conducive to international cooperation. And China has put in place stricter supervision. China now requires all medical exporters to provide written or electronic medical declarations, a step that wasn't required before. They also need to make sure that their products are in line with the importing country's quality standards.